Hello! Ah, there we go. I timed that well. See the intro movie. How last stream showed me the real Sonic 4. Me now. Perfection. Hey, Niwek. Hey, Ben. Welcome all. Hope everyone's doing alright. I am still tired from my weekend out. But timing transition with the cutscene nicely done. Yeah, it was accidentally timed because Sonic Mania is one of those games where it it keeps running but it doesn't keep rendering. It doesn't keep rendering if you're on another window. So that was very happily timed. Caught the Sonic 4 YouTube. Yeah, some choice some peak Sonic 4 things happened in that stream. But yeah, I'm sure I'll appreciate this game even more now. Yeah, like I said, hope you're all doing well. The little score markers on the bumpers still gets me. Oh, I love this game. I haven't played it a little bit, but that's because I've kind of been saving it for tonight. Oh, thank you for the sub. Well, Prime sub. Yeah, giveaway ads. Yeah, they're on schedule now. Anyways, distracting me from that lovely animation on the title screen. But yeah, it's just going to be a regular playthrough. And I can't even bother to use a save because we're going to go through the whole thing in one go. Yeah, it's been a little while since I played Mania. Because the past few weeks I've been like, well, it's close to the stream, so I'll wait till I stream it. Well, okay, I played the first level. I played Green Hill recently because of work, but, you know. Yep. Been a good day doing a side quest about potatoes. What, you're doing a side quest about Tatsu? Haha, food joke! Anyways. Yeah, this is going to be a fairly normal playthrough. I don't care if I streamed Sonic Mania like this before. You know, every stream of the game doesn't have to be different. After playing Sonic 4 last Tuesday, feels good to be playing Mania again. You know, game with good controls and physics and level design. And also fun special stages, unlike, what I played last week. I mean, granted, I suppose I've cleansed my palette in terms of I've been playing other classic Sonic games while I was out. You know, playing Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 on the train. Yeah, even though it's been a while, I suspect I will have little trouble with this just because I've played the game so much in the time since it's come out. I mean, it's not my most played game in the time since it's come out, but that's because it's a short game, you know? But in the time since it's come out, it is still my favourite game since it's come out. Nothing has topped it yet. Should probably open up the stream manager on my phone just in case. Just in case OBS decides to disconnect the chat. I can understand that feeling. The last few levels are fairly long, but as someone who is fairly decent at these kinds of games, it didn't really faze me. I don't mind the longer levels, but my favourite Sonic game is Sonic 3. in Knuckles, where some of the later levels in even some of the earlier levels can be quite long as well. But yeah, the longness of the levels didn't quite phase me. I mean, I nearly timed over in Titanic Monarch Act 2 on my first try, but I never game overed. So yeah, Sonic 3 is absolutely my favourite of the Sonics, and this is very close second. Oh, whoops. I love the visuals and everything of Green Hill Act 2, like the visuals, the music, level design, it just all comes together. Like those mountains in the background. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's hypersonic. Like hypersonic for me is like I can't play without getting. Yes, you get supersonic from just the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but then if you go for the Super Emeralds afterwards, then yeah, you get hypersonic. Yeah, like Sonic 3 is, well, it's just one of those I can't play it without getting all the emeralds, like all 14 of them. Like I feel wrong if I don't, if I don't go for the true ending. Same with Mania, really, for the most part. I feel a little bit wrong if I don't get the emeralds here. Like Sonic 2 and CD, like the ones where I don't bother going for the emeralds or time stones in CD's case, because I prefer Sonic 2's normal ending and I prefer going for exploring for robot generators in CD. I say exploring, I know where they are, so it's not really exploring, more just going to the place where I know where it is. Oh, absolutely handy feature that Mania inherited from the Sonic 1 and 2 remasters. Oh, bye Tails. Oh, I'll get back onto the top path, don't worry. Oh. Okay. I'll get up to the top path again. Even if I have to just do it by flying with Tails. I think this music right here is probably my absolute favourite version of Green Hill's music. Just something about it I really love. Oh, Tails, no. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. There we go. I want top route because that's where the special stage lies. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go, that's what I wanted. Yeah, Knuckles and Tails have super forms. In the original release, Knuckles, only Sonic and Knuckles had hyper forms. Tails, you had to get all 14 emeralds to get super form. But in Sonic Origins, they added a regular super form for Tails. I'm doing a really bad job of getting up to that top route, aren't I? Yeah, Tails had a normal super form added in the Origins version, which Mania had as well. There we go. Right, let's again try to get up there. Oh. Come on, Tails. That's how you to play that again on DS. I mean, to be fair, like, A lot of people don't like Sonic Classic Collection on DS, but I think it's a fairly decent way to play the games. It's like where I really fell in love with Sonic 3, playing on that collection. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. I will get up there. That's I'm doing a really bad job of it, but I will get up there. There we go. Yeah, if I didn't go up there, I would have missed it. Because I can't not get the emeralds before the end of Chemical Plant. If I don't get them before the end of Chemical Plant, then I have well, brought dishonor to myself as a self-professed mega fan of this game. I don't know. I just like to get them early, and I can use them wherever I want. Not that I always go super in this game, or even in Sonic 3. Sometimes I just like to play normally. You know. Appreciate the levels with the physics they're mainly designed for. But of course the appeal of Supersonic is that you're breaking the rules, so to speak. Amazing how easily I get the emeralds. It's called practice. It's called practice. I wasn't this good on my first playthrough. You know. Yeah, just like how you're not gonna like mock ball on your first try in Super Metroid. Well, you might, but you're not likely to mock ball on your first try in Super Metroid. You know, it comes down to practice. Well, not that I really care how much I get hit in the bosses. Fighting this the second time in a week. Yeah, except this version's a lot more fun. Well, you say second time, third time really, because I played Sonic 2 on the train the other day. By the other day, I mean yesterday. Thought of another question. Fire away. Can you go back to previous levels and get bonus rings you missed? Once you beat the game, if you load up your save, if you haven't got all the emeralds, all of the once you beat the game, the rings will respawn. Obviously, if you then try again, obviously that will you'll need to load the save again to respawn it. Hold on. Speaking of rings, I think the first one is on the lower path. Yeah, one of your lower path here. But yeah, it's the same is true for Sonic 3. I used to. That's how I. No, if you finish the game with 4, if you're loading the same save file, you keep them. Yeah, you keep any emeralds you've collected on that save. So once you've beaten the game, you can use that save. You use that save basically as a level select. It basically becomes a new game plus in a sense. If you get all the emeralds, especially, in the sense of you can start from whatever level you want with all your emeralds that you've collected. And that is true for this and Sonic 3. So yeah, if you want to get emeralds you missed, you can go to a level where you know there's a ring near the start, and then just keep trying on that. If you fail it, then you can just quit and load the save again, if you want to. Yeah, it's what I always used to do for Sonic 3, and for this as well, when I was learning the special stages. I will say, the Encore mode special stages make these ones feel very easy. um, I mean, granted, by the time by the time Mania Plus came out, I had already mastered these ones, so they weren't too difficult for me. But yeah, Encore modes definitely make these feel easy. Also, just to check, how is the volume? Because like, when I was editing the Sonic 4 stuff, I did notice that game volume was a little bit low. Well, from what I wanted for the video anyway. I struggle with these, let alone Encore. Going good. Cool. Yeah, I just wasn't sure. Oh, Tails. You're supposed to catch me. Hold on, is it that I go back? Volume's a little bit low on the game, but don't raise by too much. There is, by default, a 10-minute time limit, but you can turn off the time limit. When the game launched, you can only turn it off in a no save game, but when Mania Plus came out, with the patch that came with that, you can turn off the time limit on a save game as well, so you don't have to worry. You just need to like press Y. You can turn the time limit off, but I think it's on by default. But yeah, you can turn it off. I leave it on because I'm never in these levels for more than 10 minutes anyway. Yeah, nowadays I'm like, 5 minutes at most. You know, but like that's because of practice and playing the game a lot. So like that is a criticism I can understand of of the late game levels in this and in Sonic 3. It's like, yeah, they can get a bit long. Again, not a problem for me personally, but I can sort of empathize. Like if it feels like they're really long, it can get a bit tiring. Right, can I get the... Yes! There we go. Mach 3 on the first lap. Oh! I love the aesthetic in the special stages, the low poly Sonic and all the crazy designs and colours. Oh, I forgot how cool the fire shield looked in this. I'll go left. Oh, I think that skipped the stair segment as well. Maybe. Whoa. Yeah, it did. And early hit. I'll jump too early. quite get. I couldn't remember where the other item box was. Because getting like 2 item boxes unearthed by the signpost is the one achievement I don't have. I'm probably going to get a shield anyway, fairly early on. The way they expand on the chemical plant in this, again, I love it so much. Slow down here, go to the left. Come up here. And another big ring. I can't remember if I found that myself or through watching it on YouTube. I can't remember. Much referring to a chemical plant. Is it because it doesn't have the stairs? Even though I showed that you can skip them if you take the right route. I didn't mean to skip the stairs. I wanted to do them to show off. But hey, skipping them works fine too, I guess. Yes, I mean that's fair. I mean the chemical plant stairs were what caused me to never get past chemical plant until I was like 12 or something. Oh, that's 7 so quickly. I'll have 7 before the end of chemical plant. Absolutely, unless I mess up. Which there's a chance I'll mess up because recording curse. I mean this. Oh, shouldn't have jumped. I mean this special stage in particular, when I first played the game, I was stumped on this special stage for so long. Do you love the aesthetic though? Reminds me of Space Harrier, because you got like the checkered floor and like the giant mushrooms. There we go. I'm already nearly at 100,000 points. And we are deposited right back here. Yeah, all the extra little gimmicks they added for Chemical Plant for Act 2 are so good. Either new ones or ones retrofitted from other stages, like this being from Casino, not Casino, from Carnival Night. Let's go. Oh, I haven't gone up in a little while. You gotta remember, press down. Pressing down is the biggest piece of advice for these games. For the proper classic games, obviously, not for Sonic 4. Yeah, the sense of flow, well, just the not even sense, just the flow in this level is so good. Just the way you flow from different bits of the level to each other with different gimmicks and stuff into others. Oh. Like the moving parts are like synchronized and timed up really well. You get bounced to speed boosters, or you could be like me and jump into an enemy, but that's not the level's fault, that's my fault. There's still room for poking around in different corners and finding things. Big ring. I think, is this the last one? Yes, it is. Which, ironically, I think is easier than the 6th. I think it's much easier than the 6th one. Like, it is easier to fall off, I suppose, but I don't know. I just find it easier overall. Like, there are less rails and stuff and more holes, but I don't know. Like, I think on my first playthrough, I think after struggling with Special Stage 6 for so long, I think I got to this one and beat it first try, if I remember right. I mean, that was 5 years ago. now. I mean, this time 5 years ago, I had a very sore left thumb from a day, like all day of playing Sonic Mania. Because back then I didn't have a Pro controller or, you know, a Sega Saturn controller that could be used on Switch. You know, so I was using the Joy-Con, and the PC version wasn't out yet because that got delayed by 2 weeks. And there we go, all the emeralds. So yeah, I was playing with the Switch Joy-Con. Yeah, my thumbs were a bit sore by the end of the day. Ah well, may as well go super. Even though I think I'm right near the end of the level. Yeah, I am. So being super does absolutely nothing for this boss. Does he? Yeah, he even de-transforms. So you know. And this is one of the things I'm very glad I wasn't spoiled on. So very glad I wasn't spoiled on this. My nemesis. Oh, apparently an ad's starting soon. Apparently. Ah. Oh, idiot. Guess I'll have to make a bigger chain, assuming that I can do it. Good. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Eggman stands no chance. Again, Eggman is very bad at his own game. Apparently you can just beat him by just making sure you don't die. Apparently, anyway. I always try to get a good chain on him to do it quickly. And here we go, Studiopolis Zone. I mean, this is the level that I'm sure everyone thinks of when Sonic Mania is brought up. Because everything about this, from the aesthetics to the level design, I love it so much. Like, to me, Sonic Mania's aesthetic is like peak Sonic aesthetic, to me. And all the Sega references. I love all the Sega references. Like the van saying Hornet as a reference to Daytona. You know. I think Eggnog might be a reference to something. Club Spin might also be a reference to something, I'm not 100% sure what it is. Ooh. I mean, the name Studiopolis is a reference. Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop. Also, those TVs having the little red, green, blue ovals, that's a reference to the Sega Game Gear. You did miss me getting the 7th Emerald, but like I was saying in the special stage, I personally find it easier than the 6th one. But because I do have the 7th, I do have Supersonic, although because I want to keep listening to the music, I want to... I'm not going to turn super until the boss. Well, as long as I keep my rings till the boss anyway. Oop, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh well. I mean, by not being able to turn super into the boss, I mean I have to actually play the boss instead of you know, was gonna say it's the reason I love watching speedrunners, because their knowledge and expertise of the game. Yeah, that's why I really enjoyed Ben's Xenoblade streams. You know, just as you can tell his, you know, his like knowledge of the game, his love for the game. It's why I like streaming Sonic as well, because you know I get to share my love of these games, or disdain if it's a bad Sonic game. Whoops. And yeah, I'm definitely not speedrunning. I'm not, for the most part, not really a speedrunner. I just like to play. I like to play Sonic games my way, which is generally fast with a bit of exploration sprinkled in. Yeah, drop dash is your friend for this boss though. Because that little extra bit of forward propulsion when you hit the ground is very useful for hitting those blue missiles. I mean, if you pay attention to what order the missiles are fired in, that is the order they come in. That makes it so complex, there's still stuff now I have comprehensive knowledge on, I suppose. But still. And there goes the first of the hard-boiled heavy gunner. Sonic got through Act 1. Man. I just love the TV studio aesthetic. Like, it's just something you don't see in a lot of platformers, you know? At least not games I've played. Certainly not something you see a lot in Sonic. Whoops. Yeah. I mean, it's like, if Sonic were to have gotten a new stage in Smash Ultimate, I would have wanted it to be this. I'm at least glad that the music got into Smash. Little detour. Only gets you some rings, but, you know. When you get a bonus ring, when you get a giant ring, if you have all the emeralds, it gives you 50 rings. So it's basically like a free pass to Supersonic. If you get a giant ring. Oh, didn't mean to be rolling for this. I love running fast in these games. Like when you start to outrun the camera, it's just such a good feeling. Behind the clipboards with the initials. Christian Whitehead, Headcanon, and Prego the West Games. Oh, no, I'm going left. Lotto. Am I going to get many rings? Probably not. No, not many. Only 20. If you manage to get a multiplier, then yeah, you get a lot of rings. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Frontiers a lot as well. Like, after, I mean, the very one of the earlier gameplay videos they showed doesn't looking so hot, but like since then, what they've shown looks pretty solid, for, like in my opinion, anyway. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting sort of thing as well. Interesting direction. I'm very much looking forward to it. Also, I point it out every time I stream this game, but that faint buzzing in the background. Well, I'll like be quiet while it. Yeah, if you heard that faint buzzing, like staticky buzzing noise, that's a reference to the 25th anniversary party where the game was revealed. um, yeah, like, cause the stream of it had like bad technical problems, including this buzzing noise that was just like heard throughout the whole thing. And they reference that in game. Like, that's just, to me, that's just so funny. Whoops. The potato quest has been going for an hour and still not done. Oof. Oh, you. Right. Extra life there, just like in Sonic 3. Hold on. There we go. Want to get on that. Yeah. Let's show off Super. Well, I don't need to get the speed shoes when I'm supersonic. Yeah, oh well. I do like the music in this level, although I have just turned super, so, you know. But yeah, I still think Supersonic is just such a good um, reward for, like, getting the emeralds, because it's like, it's not just a win button, because you do have to still be decent at the game to get the most out of them. You know, because if you're not used to the controls and stuff, there's no hyper in this, it's just super. Hyper is only in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as like a compromise for having to collect the emeralds twice due to the game being split up. Oh, there's the rings up here? Yes, there are. It's the hyper's only in Sonic 3. And Knuckles, when you lock them on. Because I would guess that when Sonic 3 was originally being designed as one game, I'd imagine that they didn't intend super emeralds and stuff. Yeah, being supersonic meant we could decimate that mid-boss though. Granted, Electric Shield would also have meant we would have decimated it. Blueprints of the spiders on the wall. Yep. Foreshadowing. Ah. Oh, that's something incredible to connect to Sonic onto the Sonic and Knuckles cart. Oh yeah. It's a nice little secret they hid on that. Oh, look at Tails' balancing animation. The work they put into this game, the animation work is amazing. Hold on. There's a... yeah. We don't need no invincibility. I want to hear the music. And now I'm going to regret that, probably, because I'm probably used to playing this part of the level with invincibility. I love Act 2's remix as well. Act 2's remix is so good. Well, Act 1's remix is good too, but Act 2's is... Oh. Get the hyper ring, I think they call it in this game. Yeah, I'll be doing this in one stream. The game's not too long for me. Yeah, this is one of those we'll can do in one sitting, or will often do in one sitting kind of games. It's why I didn't bother selecting a save file. Oh no, I'm on the lower route. I'm only on the top route. I think that might be the lower route anyway, I'm not sure. Either way, I want to stay close to the top. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Oh no. Okay, no, that's not lower route. Yeah, a couple hours is standard for me. It was about 4 hours my first time playing. Yeah, it's about 4 hours my first time, but yeah, it's usually about 1, 2, between 1 and 2 hours for me usually. Closer to 2, I'd imagine, especially if I don't use Supersonic that much. That said, when we get sort of back outside, I probably will use Supersonic for the extra speed, just because pretty nice spectacle. Or do I want to not use Supersonic and then do the boss properly? Might do that actually. You still get the spectacle as normal Sonic. I will say the top route in this level is certainly a lot easier than the bottom route. You got more to deal with on the bottom route, I would say. Which generally is true of a lot of Sonic levels. Oh no, I think that's where you would go to the bottom route if you messed up there. Oh. Go around here, get some more rings. Also, the hovering on top of the propellers there is such a natural thing, but I forgot it wasn't in Sonic 3. So when I went back when I played Sonic 3 and Sonic Origins, I tried doing this, and then it didn't work, and I just got hit and lost my rings. It's just such a natural thing. It fits in so well that I forgot it wasn't a thing. Oh, whoops. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm not going that way. Wind, man. That's actually just gone super. But look at that though. That speed outrunning the screen. So good. Ah. Ben loves this boss, doesn't he? Although probably actually a fair bit easier with an electric shield. Yeah, my strategy is usually to keep hitting him so that he doesn't get the chance to go up and do his electric attack. Yeah, I mean when I first played the game, it it did trip me up a fair bit, I think. But yeah, I like to just keep hitting him when I'm not sort of at the point where I can damage him, just to stop him like rising up and doing his electric ball attack. And I usually just use the spinny pole things as my means of attacking. You can hit him into the spikes with your own jumps if you get enough momentum into them, but I prefer using the spinny pole things. Oh, my legs are uncomfortable. Oh. Oh. It's still so warm. It's cooled down a little bit from the weekend, but it's still so warm. Well, I suppose I'm technically further north than I was before. Than when I was in the weekend. Because in the weekend I was basically right at the bottom of England. Well, not right at the bottom, but close to. Oh. You know what, I'm still going to try and show it off. Right, get the bubble shield. Get the bubble shield. You can do this without tails. You can get back here without tails. It's just a bit of a pain. It's not really worth it because destroying that box only gets you a 1-up. Which I suppose, if you hate lives, Sonic Origins Anniversary modes do not have lives. Who needs the letterboxes when you can bounce? Whoops, that always gets me. That spike there always gets me. Go into that with more speed, and yeah, you can get up here. Now jump up here and hit that thing before activating this press. And then you get another special ring. Big, and I really like this level as well. You know, both acts are very different, but like Act 1, like it's just such a different vibe from what you get in a normal Sonic level. Like, like printing press, not really a level trope that I think is seen a lot in platformers. Again, certainly not in Sonic games. And of course Act 2 is like the beautiful sort of icy sort of garden part of Press Garden. Destroy all the crates here with a fire shield and you get an achievement. But don't but break them from the top down, because if you break one and there's a crate above it, it'll fall down and crush you. Don't ask me how I know that. I do like that there's a little sort of cutscene-ish thing that does telegraph how to beat the boss. It's like if you like see it hitting the brown crate. Ah, that was a quick boss beating. Press Garden Zone to Act 2. Gorgeous visuals, lovely music. Overall, a great stage. Like, to me, like for me at least, all the original levels of Mania, I just love them all, you know. Whether the fire shield gets an extra use in this level, with all the ice around. It's like, as it turns out, the fire shield is not only useful in fiery levels. It's like, funnily enough, it's useful around ice. Yeah, some of these routes can be a bit annoying if you don't have the fire shield, so just be aware of that. Because I think if you like go super, even if you have a fire shield, I think the effects of the fire shield don't affect the ice, I think. Can't remember, it's been a while. The game makes me sad when it, you know, it just makes me think that Sega could have hired these guys again, you know? Like, Sega could have hired these guys again to make another game. Yeah, I'm gonna go super for the boss, because this is one I actually struggle on a bit still. Yeah. Yeah, so but I will be checking out like this, the studio when they, like the people that, well, a lot of the people that made this, yeah, they formed their own studio. So I will be keeping an eye on whatever they end up releasing, because they are making something. Like the studio that's sort of comprised of a lot of people that made this game. But yeah, I do struggle on that boss a fair bit, so no shame in abusing Supersonic. Stardust Speedway. A level that is often a confusing mess of speed boosters in Sonic CD. Just it's so much more designed, like the level design is so much more purposeful feeling in this. Yeah, the way they did the time travel was really nice. Oh wait, hold on. I could have just held forwards. Yeah, because forwards just lands you there. And like all the little capsules that are like the end of level capsule from CD. You know, if I want to get up there, I could just... Yeah, that. I thought that's how you played Sonic. I mean, for me, I guess it kind of is because, you know, I do know my way around the levels, so I know where I can just hold forwards. I do like that these giant spike balls that they've kind of inherited from Marble Garden Zone, they actually change the size to sort of represent like when they're like in the foreground and background. Again, rolling down slopes is a good pathway to speed. Yeah, they're in the original level as well, although I don't think they move around like that. I think they only ever rotate or stay still in the original level in CD. I don't think they ever move around like the Donkey Kong ones. And you never really go from shooter to shooter like you would in Donkey Kong or in this. Lots of these is like, I can do this too, Donkey Kong. But yeah, like those sort of launchy things, they are in the original Sonic CD level, which does predate Donkey Kong Country, so... But yeah, the way they move around, like, the spinning is the original, but like, the moving is, yeah, very Donkey Kong feeling. Not that I played much of the Donkey Kong games. I think I played more of, like, NES Donkey Kong Jr. than the Country games, because of it being on the 3DS Ambassador program. And Subspace, yeah, the Donkey Kong based levels. Apparently there's an advert going on. Get down. Ah. Yeah, that level transition though, I love it. And yeah, it's very possible as well to like finish the like bulk of this level very quickly, because there's an achievement for doing that in time trial mode, but I have forgotten how to do that really. But I will say with these spinning, like they certainly weren't spinning this smoothly in CD. Level subspace start mode, more enemies and levels in the actual games. Yeah, that's like my one. That's like my criticism. My one criticism of subspace is that it's not. They could have pulled more from games, but you know. Anyway, I'd have even just appreciated like a port of Subspace or a remaster of Subspace with ultimates like physics and stuff. Like, yeah, and the new characters wouldn't have anywhere to go, but like, you know. Like, imagine it's like just like a DLC or something, just like, here's Subspace remastered for like a tenner or something. I'd buy that. Like Smash Ultimate DLC. Just any story mode that's not World of Light. Oh, yeah. Ah. World of Light is not my favourite part of Smash Ultimate. Here's Metal Sonic in a moment. There we go. Perhaps I'll have to see if there's a way to play the the pre-Mania Plus version of this boss, like through mods or messing around with like re-downloading old versions. Yeah, I also wouldn't have minded if it was just the first map, or even if it was like. I mean, I don't mind all the concepts, it's just they take so long. You know. Oh, I still remember the first time I did this boss, I was so confused that I didn't realize you were meant to spin dash. Oops. Into those. Also, the way they send out little projectiles when you jump on them and like destroy them normally, that didn't happen in the launch version. But yeah, I'd like to show off the original version of this boss at some point, but I'd have to figure out if there's a way to do it, like whether there's like a mod for it, or whether there's a way to like restore, like re-download the old versions. What am I doing? Drop dash is your best friend in this. Do appreciate the Chaotix reference though. As much of an game that is. One day I'll stream it. Oh. He's not done the laser attack. So back when Mania first came out, before Mania Plus, instead of transforming into like a giant sort of thing, basically a spiked wall came up along the left side, and you and Metal Sonic were just sort of running forwards. And like he was just normal Metal Sonic at this phase, and you were just like going forwards, and you were just like hitting him as he attacked you and stuff. It was very easy to cheese because if you got hit, all your rings would just like collect up by the spike wall as it advanced. So if you got hit, all your rings just go there, so you can just collect them easily, and then just cheese invincibility frames. Like, it was the kind of boss where like it was fun to play, like just like constantly running forwards and like hitting Metal Sonic, like dodging his attacks and like hitting him as he came up to you. But you know, this boss is like more impressive, although I'd say probably a little more difficult. So no, basically when Mania Plus came out, Sonic Mania got like a big patch that like added a lot of stuff. So like that's the base game now. Basically added like level transitions to levels that didn't have them, fixed up some like stuff, just added some general polish. But like if you don't have Mania Plus, it still has that like content, so you still have like. I suppose you could delete the update for it, yeah, and then play offline. Which I suppose I could do that on Switch if I wanted to, although I don't know how it would mess up my original Mania, like with my Mania Plus saves. I have done this badly. Whoops. Yeah, because when I got Mania Plus, I deleted the download version because didn't really need it. But like, in hindsight, it's like, well, in hindsight, I'm like, if I get the download version again, like, will that mess up my save? I don't know. Oh, I want to go to the top route. Oh well, at least I've got the bubble shield now. The bubble shield is a godsend in water levels. I should have gone up instead of to the right here, because then you get out of the water. I will say the Hydro City acts are probably the most similar to the original. Oh, Act 1 less so, but Act 2 certainly feels very similar to the original in terms of level design. Yeah, Act 1 a bit less so. Because like Act 1 has like the bubbles and the boats, which weren't in the original. Yeah, this is one of the levels I wasn't spoiled on because they didn't like announce this level before the game came out, or at least not until the last couple of weeks. So I was like very happy to see this back, with it being my favorite water level in the classic games, and well, a lot of people's favorite water level in the classic games. Partly because you don't have to spend too much time in the water, because in the original version especially. If you can often spend a lot of time not in the water, or if you're in the water, it's fast. If you want to go a little bit fast, like upwards a little bit faster on the bubble, you can hold up as well. Little tip for you there. Oh, I didn't really need that red spring, did I? Ah! That's where I press jump. But yeah. It's cool that they were able to fit in references to the 8-bit games, because that's what this is. The bubble here is a reference to Sonic 2 8-bit, and I believe Sonic Triple Trouble had sections like this as well. But I've not played much Sonic Triple Trouble. That is one I need to get around to at some point. I'm thinking I might buy it on the 3DS eShop before that goes, because while I technically have access to it in what's it called? In Sonic Adventure DX, there's no save states or anything in that. It's like I'd like to be able to suspend my progress. Plus, having a handheld game on a handheld system is just nice, isn't it? Who needs bubbles when you can just get to the end of the water bit before your air runs out? Yeah, the Switch is great for that kind of stuff. I mean, when Mania was first announced, and it was originally just announced as PS4, Xbox One, and PC, I was like, okay, PC is going to be my platform for it because I don't have PS4 or Xbox One. But yeah, then they announced the Switch version at that January Switch event. And I was like, oh yeah, PC might still be my main platform, so I can use like a Sega controller because I have like that PC adapter for my Mega Drive pads. And then I played it a lot more on Switch than on PC because portable, like handheld mode, is very good for this game. Like out of all the consoles, I'd recommend the Switch for Mania just because of handheld mode. Although PC version is also good because mods. Not that I'm playing with any mods right now. I'm playing completely vanilla. Nah. Messed up the top ring. But even underwater in Hydra City, you can still go fast. Ah. I mean, you still want to stop for water occasionally. Stop for water, stop for air. Well, I totally could have avoided that if I didn't just hold forwards blindly. Yeah, once you get here though, it's basically almost identical to Hydro City Act 2 from Sonic 3. Like, I think there are some slight differences, but it's very close to the original. The smooth rotating sprites. Like, his Sonic has so many more frames of animation in this game compared to the originals. Oh, and I've always loved that like line scrolling effect with a water surface, where it makes it look 3D-ish. Oh. Oh, you know what? I can probably make it from here. Maybe. Or just use Tails. There we go. That works. Just doing my best not to like hum along to the music. Like both acts of Hydro City's music are just so good. Oh yeah, that's a little bit different from the original. Again, outrunning the screen always feels so good. Boss time. Now having a bunch of 3. Yeah. Like I can't remember if it was like designed intentionally. Like the camera was designed that way intentionally, but like because of the way the sort of speed is handled in Sonic 1, but it does seem to be intentional by Sonic 2 and 3. Outrunning the screen, because like there are bits of the levels where it's like you can almost feel like they intended it to happen. Also, really nice quality of life thing in this game. Tails, if Tails gets a bubble, he doesn't use it up for you. Yeah, and I think it also, I think the scrolling speed is also so that the console has time to load everything into VRAM. But yeah, it has that added side effect of making you feel faster. Also, I do find it interesting that they kind of swap the Act 1 and 2 bosses around for this. Because this is the Act 1 boss originally. But now it's the Act 2 boss. Can't cheese it like I used to though in Sonic 3 because there's no insta-shield. Well, you can unlock and enable the insta-shield, but doing that gets rid of the drop dash unless you use mods. And the drop dash is so good, I don't want to get rid of it. Luckily, the Sonic Origins version of Sonic 3 doesn't make you choose between them. You get them both. And yes, all the characters have super forms in this game. All 5 of them. Well, 5 if you have Mania Plus. Speaking of extra characters, bye Knuckles. I know a lot of people don't like this level, but I don't mind it. Like, in a way it's a pace breaker, I suppose, because you can't make it go any quicker, but I don't know. I think I like it more than Sky Chase, but I think it's because I played Sky Chase like a million times. The super forms aren't really that different. To be honest, it's just, you know, you go faster and jump higher. I don't think Knuckles has. I don't think Super Knuckles has Hyper Knuckles as thing. Because yeah, in Sonic 3, like Hyper Knuckles as well as you know, obviously having the super stuff. If you like glide into a wall with enough speed as Hyper Knuckles, it destroys all enemies on screen. Much like how Hypersonic's double jump dash thing destroys all enemies on screen. But yeah, I believe there's no real difference between the different super forms. The train. In hindsight, the stage where you're like going along this train would have been cool as well. Also, yeah, the oil ocean foreshadowing there, nice. Like it's subtle. Like on its own, it's a reference to Oil Ocean Zone, but then it's like, yeah, it's also foreshadowing that Oil Ocean is the next level. I need to set up straight. So, speaking of Sonic 4 earlier, Sonic 4 Episode 2 also has a boss where you're on the tornado. Well, technically has a couple, I suppose. I prefer this. Partly because it's quicker. Also, with this being like a big multi-segmented thing that like jumps out at the screen and like scales in size, I like to think this is a Space Harrier reference. I don't know if it actually is, but I like to think it is. Oh no, a fly's just got in my room. No, it's not a fly, it's a tiny little moth. Well, it's going to be distracting me all day now. Well, whatever's left of the day, which isn't much. Who am I going to get? Oh, I got Fang. Yeah, when this happened, I was like, I might have, I don't know whether I would have screamed with excitement, but I was very excited when I saw that happen the first time. Because again, I wasn't spoiled on it. And here we go, Mirage Saloon Act 2. One of the earlier levels they unveiled for the game. It surprised me at how late in the game it is. But yeah, I really like this level. Like, and for one thing, it's like referencing like a couple of different cancelled levels. You know, one of which was something that Christian Whitehead pitched for the Sonic CD remaster, but you know, sort of wasn't able to do due to Sega wanting it to be kept sort of truer to the source material. So the fact that they were able to finally realize it in this was great. Although, because I watched the pre-release footage a lot, this was a level I knew the layout alright, like fairly alright, when the game came out. But yeah, the boss does reveal though it wasn't actually Fang, Bark, or Bean in the level transition. It was the heavy magician pretending to be pretending to be them. Oh. I tend to get hit a lot on this boss. I mean, if I was like more careful with my movement, I suppose I wouldn't, but I don't know. I just like to be reckless. Yeah, even if it isn't actually Fang Bean and Dark, it was nice to see him again in this game, even if it wasn't actually them. Yeah, I didn't get a very good cool bonus, did I? Let's uncross my legs. Getting quite warm like that. And the oil lotion zone. They made this so much less annoying than the Sonic 2 version, in my opinion anyway. Although the boss is harder. Oh yeah, gotta get the flame shield in this level. The way it sets the oil on fire is so so funny. Oh, well, we won't get to see that at the moment. Yeah, the way the fire shield sets the oil on fire is just so funny, considering that's been like a Sonic fanbase joke for years. Like, you know, what would happen if you had a flame shield in Oil Ocean, or just, you know, what would happen if you lit a match in Oil Ocean, considering all the oil that's around. But yeah, I find this level generally a lot less annoying in Mania than in the original, than Sonic 2. Like, Oil Ocean is sort of when Sonic levels, or the, especially the enemy play, like the object placement, and especially enemy placement in Sonic 2, starts to become a bit annoying. Oh, despite such things, I still love Sonic 2. Yeah, I remember you not having a great time in Oil Ocean, especially against the boss. And I will say, while Mania I think generally has quite fair design, this mini boss does have a very cheap move. You know, because if you're on the outside ones, you get crushed and die, and it's like, how are you meant to see that coming? You know, there's a bit of a, you know, bit of a cheap shot. Yeah, and then Oil Ocean Act 2, taking the gimmick from Sandopolis. Which again is fun, just because, like, you know, so many people hate Sandopolis Act 2. Let's go in this one for no real reason. Also, to me, like, I don't know if anyone else hears this, but like, for me at least, Oil Ocean Act 2 kind of almost sounds like it could fit into a Shantae game. course, I've never overridden that with the invincibility music. Come down here for a special ring. Trying to see if I can remember where the secret sub is. I might not be able to remember where the secret sub is. If I can find it, I'll show it. But I don't know. Might have gone past it. Not 100% sure. I think. Okay, yeah. I think it's here. Yeah. Yes, I go under there and like almost die. Yeah. And you get an achievement for coming here. Obviously not in the Switch version. But the Switch does not have achievements. I love the fires that the fire shield starts in this level though. I can't bother to go in the subs. It's quicker to not bother with them, I think. Possibly. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong bit. I think it's quicker to avoid that one. I didn't quite get as many hits on it as I could have. If I remember right, I think the update that came with Mania Plus, I think made this boss easier. I think. How long's the stream been? 1.5 hours. There we go. Last hit on an Eggman. Don't get caught underneath. Yeah, one time when I played the game pre-patch, so this was just like this was all the same floor on the submarine. I got caught underneath this bit once and softlocked myself. I don't know if you can still softlock yourself there though. I don't know. I'll have to experiment at some point. Not today, because this is no save run. Now this level, I think I did shout or scream when I first got to this level. I love Lava Reef Zone so much. I love the aesthetic, I love the music, I love the level design. You know, I love what it represents in Sonic 3, because Lava Reef is just when just about when the game sort of reaches the story climax. Yeah, because obviously after Lava Reef you got Hidden Palace where, you know, where Knuckles finds out that Eggman tricked him. Yeah, I love Lava Reef's music. Both acts. They got great remixes in Mania. It's like, you know, the the cat head bopping gif that you put on your streams. Yeah. Whoops. Also, yeah, those dinosaur enemies from Hilltop Zone fit right in Lava Reef. In here for special ring. Don't get crushed by that. I don't want to know how many times I've been crushed by these things. Just in general, both in this and in Sonic 3. I don't want to know. And yeah, that background up there though. I want to get a better view of it. Yeah, that background is just, oh, it's so cool. Like, I love it. Might be one of my favourite backgrounds in the game, to be honest. Oh, I think there was a flame shield over that way. There is. Also, I always enjoyed this little set piece here where you're like going around this bit here. I don't know. There's sometimes those long stretches of level where you are just kind of running fast. You know, and you can sort of switch your brain off for a moment. You know, I feel like a good Sonic level does need some of that. Yes, you did get back for the for some of the best music. Yeah, Lava Reef is one of my favourite tracks in Sonic 3, and it's up there in Mania as well for me, probably. Whoops. Alright, boss time. Oh. I always forget about the stalactites. Oh wait, no, I can't I can't go down there. I've not got any fire shield or anything. Now is when I can. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Hey, one up. Wait, where did Tails go? I'm playing as Sonic and Tails. There he is. He must have despawned. But yeah. Lava Reef Act 2, so pretty. Like the way the crystals glow. Such a good looking level. And the guitar in the remix. Just amazing. Like it keeps that like mystical, it like really like, it amps up the mystical feel, I think. Why am I riding on that? I have a fire shield. Yes, the way they did the level transitions and stuff was one of my favourite things about Sonic 3. Like it presents such a cohesive world, and and some of the background details they have, especially when you get to Hidden Palace and stuff. You know, like you could possibly almost call it Metroid-esque. Obviously, it's not quite as in depth as like background details in a Metroid game, but there are some there. And the way they communicate Sonic 3's story without like any dialogue or anything as well. Yeah, it's super impressive. Just an impressive game considering when it came out. You know, like Sonic Team had like perfected their craft, by that point, and it really shows. Mind you, the Mania team got so much right on their first go. Oh, whoops. Get the big ring. I'm probably gonna go, if I have the rings, I'm probably gonna go super for the boss. Actually, I might try and get a shield. Right, that button. So yeah, these bonus stages are only if you have Mania Plus, and they only show up in normal mode if you've already gotten all the gold medals. If you're playing normal Mania mode and you don't have all the gold medals, you will do Blue Sphere. You know what? That's better than nothing. Ah. Well, that shield didn't last long, did it? Okay, good. Fire shield. Oh, that was just a normal shield rather than a bubble one. I mean, in Sandopolis, you can find a bubble shield in there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go super for the boss. Just because I find Heavy Rider a little bit challenging. Not too bad, but Also, the way this rises up, it wasn't like this in the original, I don't think. Yeah. Also, this boss fight, I've mentioned it probably every time I stream, but this game, but the motobug that Heavy Rider is riding it's called Jimmy, which is a reference to a well-known community member, Polygon Jim, who made the motobug in Sonic 1 hack, who passed away in, I believe, a car accident or something. They passed away like a fair while ago. They were a well-known Sonic community member, so they've sort of been immortalized. Like they've had a little memorial little thing in this game, which is really nice. It's nice touches like that makes this game. Well, no, it's not the only thing that makes the game, but it's just one of the many nice things about the game. Anyways, time for Metallic Madness, which I was not expecting to see in the game at all when I first played it. Like, I was kind of expecting Stardust Speedway to be the only Sonic CD level. Especially when a couple of gimmicks from Metallic Madness showed up earlier in the game. Like the sort of pipe sync chemical plant where you choose the direction. are from Metallic Madness. And like the Stumpy Walker thing in Lava Reef, that's from Metallic Madness as well. So yeah, I was very surprised to see Metallic Madness show up. Glad it did, because the music remixes are amazing. And I know Ben loves the Act 2 remix. I'll miss the jump. Guess I'll go this way then. Ow. Oh, don't get crushed. Well, it was since I've gone the bottom route here, to be honest. Yes, take me back up to a higher route. Ah! Not into a bomb though, preferably. Okay, that was my own fault. Boing! And boing again. And onto the boss. And I will say, it goes to show just how easy of a final boss Sonic 1's final boss is, that it shows up as a mini boss in Mania. Yeah, going into the background is a neat thing. The only other Sonic level I can think of that does that is Sky Babylon in Sonic Rush Adventure. There might be some others that do it, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. One, two. He always comes up on the fourth pillar. So it's very easy to predict where he's going to go in this phase. Yeah, Kirby does it a lot. Triple Deluxe. I would presume that's, you know, for the 3DS thing. Another moth's come in my room. Don't land on the screen. I'll be in the way. I don't mind you being in here, just don't distract me, okay? This song's from Mania. Yeah, well, I suppose it's a remix. I don't know if it's a meme song. I mean, technically it's a remix of a Sonic CD track, but yeah, then you get the little mini Sonic, which is from the original. This did happen in CD. That said, the route I take in CD avoids the bit that makes you mini, so you know. Alright, I might have seen, like, I might have watched memes that have this music before. Hidden Spring. And we're mini again. YouTube 10 to 6. I'll have to do that after stream or something. I remember. He does Pokemon battles with Goofy Teams and Rex Salty Kids. All his videos are basically memes. I see. No! That was an Eggman box. Uh-oh. These come down a lot quicker than in CD. Oh. Kill Tails on purpose. Not on purpose. There is an achievement for defeating the boss, well, for like getting all of the like capsules out without destroying any of them. But I find that's generally easier to do with Tails, because you can fly. Kids always like, look at my 6 unkillable legendaries. Why do you have a Surskit? Well, we suck, and then and get wrecked. I kind of like when you what was it that you did the fear strat on Joe's Incineroar? I can't remember what Pokemon. It was Swinub, wasn't it? I think. Ooh, ominous. This level transition wasn't in before Plus came out. But yeah, time for Titanic Monarch. And when I first got here, I was like, I'm getting final level vibes. Like from the aesthetic and stuff. Yeah, his reaction was very funny when it happened. Get that spring, get enough speed to come up here. But yeah, I was like, I'm getting final level vibes from this when I first got here. And yeah, those vibes were correct. Yeah. I do understand the criticisms that this level has for being quite long. But, I don't know. I enjoy the challenge, personally. But I am, experienced with these games. Don't tempt fate though, get the checkpoints. Because if I avoid the checkpoints going, oh I don't need them, I'll definitely die. Be careful around these sections, it's very easy to get crushed. I get crushed here all the time, especially if I'm supersonic. Ow. Platform, come back, please. Come on. Do the basic platforming. I think there's a part in Act 2 where when you're on those like little car things with the egg robos. In Act 2 there was like a part where it always used to cause you to get hit by something. I can't remember if they fixed it at all, if they ever fixed it or whether it's still like that. Guess I'll find out. No. But yeah, I enjoy the aesthetic and design of these levels. They are challenging and they are quite long. So again, I understand the criticisms. You know, it's like they are valid, but criticisms are valid, but I enjoy the extra challenge. And yeah, that final level vibe got stronger when this thing showed up. This part of the fight is so much easier with the insta shield. But this part of the fight is easier than the second phase in Sonic 3's version. It's also easier if it decides to go down like that to start with. If it goes up, it's a lot harder. Well, not harder, but it takes longer, I should say. It's not really any harder. It just takes longer if it decides it's going up instead. Here we go, Titanic Monarch Zone Act 2, the final level. Jump out of that for a 1-up. And I was going to say easy access to the shield, but I missed it. Oh. Right, I think it's the bottom left I always save for last because there's an electric shield. So yeah, I tackle them in whatever order, as long as I leave the bottom left one for last. Because the electric shield really helps in the final boss. Like, really helps. You gotta be careful with these, again, not to get crushed, because it's pretty easy to get crushed in this. That's like the one major criticism I have with the any Sonic game built in the Retro Engine, is it's very easy to get crushed. Like, a bit too easy to get crushed compared to how it worked in the originals. Yeah, that goes for this and the Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3 remasters made in the Retro Engine. I mean, it's not enough of a criticism to make me go like, oh, don't play them. Okay, they did not fix that. You still get hit going through that. Okay. I'm sure there's a mod that fixes it. So that's why you do that one first, I guess. Yeah, you just get hit going through it, and there's like nothing you can do about it, unless you've like got a shield or something. Or obviously if you're supersonic. But you know, I'm good at Sonic games. I can do it without supersonic. I believe all 4 of these routes have like hidden sort of alternate paths that get you a shield at the end. I think. I know at least 3 of them do. I would guess the other one does, but I don't know where it is on one of them, so. But yeah, it's 2 of the 4 paths down. So it's time for this too. So we're basically halfway done already. Now there is a special ring up there, but I can't be bothered to get it. It takes a bit too much time for me, really, to bother getting it. I do like that, yeah, once you like learn the levels. Ah yes, this one where I don't know where the alternate exit is. But yeah, this one the alternate exit gives you an electric shield, and I find the alternate exit about as easy to get into as the normal one as well. It's not that hidden. Yeah, you want to avoid going into the purple stuff. That sort of walks you back earlier. Getting sleepy, call it here. Thanks for the stream. Fair enough. Have a good sleep. You're not going to miss much because, you know, I'm nearly done. Plus, you've seen me play Sonic Mania a lot. Yeah, when I first played the game, I did nearly time over. Like, if the timer didn't reset with the final boss, I would have time overed. When I first played the game. But it's like the only time that would have happened to me. But yeah. It's like I said, I do understand the sort of criticisms of this level being too long. It's like they are valid. Whoops. But no, I don't personally mind. So yeah, technically this is like the alternate route to end this part of the level, because like you get to a shield. But I find it easier to get to than the main exit because you go right. Yeah, into the portal. Final boss time. Well, normal final boss anyway. And love the music here. It's very appropriate, like appropriately menacing. But yeah, grab the electric shield and you can just wail on him in these segments where he's got like the electricity coursing through the like things. Again, before the Mania Plus patch, if you destroyed like a sort of hanging thing every time, it wouldn't teleport you to one of these segments. So you could like get the boss done quicker that way. Right, the question is, can I get this done without getting hit? The answer is probably not. No. Ah, it was too far away from me to do that without getting hit. Why does getting hit matter? Because I want to keep my high ring count. Style points, innit? Oh, come on. No! Tails! Oh well. I've got hit now. Obviously, I'm intentionally taking longer so that we see more phases of the boss. There we go. So if you didn't get all the emeralds, game ends here. But we did get all the emeralds. So of course, playing as Sonic, if you got all the emeralds, one final boss to go. Heavy King, the lead with the hard-boiled heavies, and Eggman are having a bit of a fight over the Phantom Ruby. And of course, Sonic decides that that's not a good thing. It's not good if either of them end up with it, so yeah. Gotta stop them. Once again, love this music. I do prefer Doomsday Zone in Sonic 3 overall as a final boss, but I still enjoy this one. Now this boss is a lot easier if you just stay on the floor. Why is the time bugging out? Because the Phantom Ruby is gone. It's like you're in like a weird time dimension pocket, whatever. That's why it's bugging out. Like it's intentional. But yeah, if you like just stay and like walk around on the floor and just jump, it is a lot easier. But if you jump and if you're on the floor, double jump and you start flying. But I personally find it more fun to fly, more challenging. You can also boost by pressing jump again while you're flying, but it consumes rings and I don't find it all that useful. It can be useful, but I prefer just normal flying. But yeah, you want to be careful of the attacks that Heavy King sends your way because they do hurt. I think Eggman does have an attack that like makes you lose rings as well, but on the whole, Eggman is easier to hit because you kind of just go above him. Whereas Heavy King is often surrounded by all those energy sort of things. Alright, it's Heavy King down, so Eggman should only have one hit left. There we go. And I've ended the game with 54 lives. That is Sonic Mania. Done in just over 2 hours. Well, yeah, probably just over 2 hours. Taking into account the few minutes of pre-stream there was. Yeah. Little animated cutscenes at the end. Although not, I think not done by the same people that did the intro animation. Yeah, these ending animations feel a lot lower budget. And look, it's the pose he did in the Sonic Forces trailer. Yeah. But that was once again Sonic Mania. Yeah. Still love this game. Can't believe it's 5 years old. Still absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. It's basically because it basically almost feels like it was made for me. Like, I mean, Christian Whitehead, Simon Tomley, they're all, you know, a lot of the people involved in this game are huge Sonic fans. You know, who made a name for themselves in the community by making amazing stuff. T-Lopes, you know, amazing sort of thing. I love when I play Sonic games and spit out a bunch of knowledge. Thanks. It's about the thing that Sonic is like what I'm most knowledgeable about. But yeah, like Christian Myers, Simon Tomley, like they made a lot of fan content over the years, like fan games, ROM hacks. You know, they know what makes Sonic tick. And again, like the rest of the team, just you know, it's not just those two. The whole team, you know, did such a good job on the game. You can tell it's like it was this big passion project when you play it. You know. Why has it got the Switch credits? I'm playing on PC. But yeah, Tyson Hess as well. Again, like fan content, then worked on the comics, and then worked on games and the movie. Like Tyson Hess is like absolutely like one of the people doing amazing work for Sonic at the moment. You know, like he was the sort of head of redesigning. Yeah, he was like in charge of redesigning Sonic for the movie after that first trailer happened. So yeah. But yeah, it does not feel like it's been 5 years since it came out, though. Like, you know, I mean, it doesn't help that like the last couple of years are kind of blended all together, you know, due to COVID and all that. But even still, it still doesn't quite feel like it's been 5 years. Well, it doesn't feel like it's been 5 years since like, well, all the great 2017 games came out. Like I think Splatoon 2 is now over 5 years old. I think that came out in like July or something of 2017. Obviously, Breath of the Wild is 5 years old, and you know, Mario Odyssey will soon be 5. Unfortunately, Sonic Forces will not unfortunately, but you know, Sonic Forces will also be 5 years old. But I don't. That's not one of the great games of 2017, at least not for me. Also, I don't know how long the credits go on for in Mania Plus. I think they are longer because obviously there's more work done on it. But yeah, at least it's not Ubisoft credits. Like I think if I streamed like Rayman Origins or Rayman Legends, I'd have to like make sure that I leave enough time for the credits because they're so long, and I don't recall if you can skip them. I genuinely can't remember if you can skip the credits in Rayman Origins or Legends. But yeah. Oh, the screen's gone dark. Because the game has like some built-in like darkening thing when you like that's the game itself, like that's built into the game. Because again, like I said, I'm playing on PC. You know, just easier to stream on PC. Love when they're longer than the activity meter. Yeah, it's not like, oh, it's the console doing it. It's like the game itself does that. Oh, and also my controller had disconnected, but again, that's nothing to do with the game itself. That's just the wireless nature of this controller to save battery and all that. Yeah, I was like playing Sonic Mania with a Sega Saturn controller. It's pretty good. Also, I didn't bring attention to it, but yeah, I'm wearing a Sonic Mania t-shirt. I got this a few years ago when they had, you know, they did some merch for Mania. I got a couple of the t-shirts. I haven't worn this t-shirt in a long while because it's not the thickest thing in the world, and I don't want the print to fade because I do like the art. But I thought, it's Sonic Mania's 5th anniversary, I'm streaming it specifically for that. There's less stress for the occasion, so to speak. Yeah, I love this game. Like, I've triple dipped on it. Like, I bought it 3 times. Switch Digital, PC, and Mania Plus Physical on Switch. And it's the kind of game that, like, if I ever get another platform that it's on, I'll buy it again. You know, show Sega, for one thing, show Sega where the money is. You know, show Sega what's good, what we want. But also, you know, I'd want to play it on as many systems as I can. Like with the Blue Sphere stages, with the like gold medals you get from like perfecting them, I think I'd done all of that within the 2 weeks between the game launching and the PC version launching. And then I think I did it again on PC within like a week or something. But yeah, I mean, technically, I suppose in a way I have 4 copies, as I redeemed the free copy on Epic Games Store when it was free one time. I mean, I'm playing on Steam currently because, you know, that's the version I bought and the version I have that I play. But I technically have it installed twice, I think. I have it installed from the Epic Games Store as well, just because I think it's funny that I have it installed twice. But because of that, that is a fresh save, so I can do all the stuff again. All of the Blue Sphere stages to get all the medals again at some point if I want to, without deleting any of my progress here. I did forget how long these credits go on for. They go on for a little while. Not as bad as Sonic Colors Ultimate though. At least at launch. I don't know if they fixed it, but like at launch, Sonic Colors Ultimate, the credits are about twice as long as Sonic Colors' credits. And Sonic Colors already had credits that went on for like 12-15 minutes. They go on for another like 15 minutes or so. But when Sonic Colors Ultimate launched, there was no more music afterwards. They didn't loop it or anything. So Sonic was just running along this road in, you know, he was running along in silence. I'm not played Ultimate. Save points in channel with you, and that to be on the poll. How about I suggest the Wii version? I mean, Ultimate isn't awful, but I do like the original version a little more. But I played the original version for 10 years, so. Anyways, also when Mania Plus came out, they added this little results screen. Don't know the Wii version. That's fair. What did I say? Yeah, detailing your in-game times. So in-game times, I was under 2 hours by a fair bit, but yeah. I do like this. It's like, it just shows like, you know, I did these in decent times. Of course, this is no save, so, you know, don't keep it. But yeah, like I was saying, hit Y, you can turn time limit off. All of these options have to be unlocked with the Blue Sphere stages, but yeah. I have streamed with the and Knuckles mode on. Like you can play Knuckles and Knuckles. Which I have streamed before. It has a separate ending if you get all the emeralds as Knuckles. if you play Knuckles and Knuckles mode, and then get all of the emeralds. Hold on. Yeah, this thing. Yeah. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but just to show you. Yeah, Knuckles and Knuckles. But yeah, if you get all the emeralds in this mode, Knuckles, you get a separate ending compared to the regular mode. So it's worth doing, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, I will say I haven't filled out all the save files on the PC version. I've filled all the save files out on Switch though, because I played it more there than on PC. But yeah. Yeah, I've got all of the all of the gold medals. Anyways, it is past 10 o'clock. I've beaten the game, so yeah. I feel like that's a good place to end it. Let's close the game so we can hear the end screen. Yes, so yeah, that was Sonic Mania 5th Anniversary casual playthrough for fun. Thanks for showing off and streaming. Yeah, it was nice hanging out. Yeah, as usual, thanks to everyone who has dropped by, whether they've been here whole stream, part of the stream, chatting, lurking. I do always appreciate any amount of that. It's always very appreciated. And yeah, I haven't had a chance to test out my my other disc or get another copy. But again, I will at some point get another copy probably. Again, might just wait till next payday. But in the meantime, I haven't 100% decided if I'm streaming tomorrow because I'm still tired today, although I'm a bit less tired now than I was earlier somehow. But yeah, if I'm tired from work tomorrow, might not stream. But if I do, then yeah, I had a thought, and I want to replay Ori and the Blind Forest, and it's been something on my list to stream for quite a while. So I might start that next time I stream. It be that tomorrow or Sunday. I did make sure it is all installed and works properly on my laptop. I haven't played on this laptop before, and yeah, I don't remember it being too long of a game, so should only be a few streams, and especially because I don't 100% stuff. Um, but yeah, so that's probably unless I have a last minute change of mind, um, or or whatever. That's probably what I'm going to be streaming next. While I wait to sort out Breath of the Wild. Because yeah, I do enjoy the Ori games. Well, it's been a little while since I played the first one, so it'll be interesting going back to it, considering I semi-recently, like perhaps a couple of months ago, or 1 2 months ago, finished Will of the Wisps after sort of chipping away at it for a while. But yeah, I think with that, yeah, similar to Ben, I am getting quite tired. I have had the whole weekend on like zero sleep. And I've got work in the morning, so I shall leave it there. And yeah, possibly see people tomorrow evening at usual time. If not, then Sunday. But I'll post something in the Discord if I'm not feeling up to streaming tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, let's end before I keep rambling.